Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. In this video we're going to be talking about NERION. His rate of recruitment is here on the global server. Should you pull him or not? Does he have any usage? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now my overall opinion, I'll tell you right away, is that I think you should be skipping NERION, or at least waiting until towards the end of his banner. The reason I say this is we have the new season starting just at the end of this month, and what we can learn from this current season we were in, Sylvan and Slace were back-to-back basically season launch rate up banners, and both were the most meta, most important heroes of the whole season. And so we have Gwyneth coming, who is a fan favorite hero. People love her design, and also she was a really good hero in AFK Arena, and the trend has been the heroes which are good in AFK Arena usually get ported over to AFK Journey, also being pretty strong. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gwyneth is actually going to be a pretty useful hero. Then we have a hero like Peggy, who is going to be a summoner. And right now, summoners are the strongest they've ever been, with Aurora, buffing them. And so if she's actually going to be a good enough meta summoner, she may even take the place of Floribel, or even complement that in like at least Doomscourge, maybe even in more Dream Realm content or other content. And so really, the first two heroes which have already been revealed in the trailer, I don't know if they're the first two, but probably I'm thinking Gwyneth is probably number one. Then either it'll be Chasm. We had three basically revealed. It was Chasm, Gwyneth, and Peggy. But in the first three, it is going to be those most likely. And so and I really think there's a good chance that even if I think Gwyneth probably, I think a good chance of being meta. Peggy also was an AFK Arena hero. People have, it's an anticipated hero. There's some potential there as well. And I just think if you invest into NERION right now, it is not the right time. Maybe you can, maybe he still will be good enough, but you should wait at least until the new season begins, because we're gonna have time to see that, because NERION's gonna be a crossover. Basically, we have 20 days left on the NERION banner, and we're moving into the new season just 2 weeks from right now. So we will have the new hero release for the new season alongside NERION, and you can decide at that time. But that's why I think right now is not the time to be pulling the trigger on NERION. So that's really what I want to talk about first and foremost, is that when new season is coming, there are a lot of anticipated heroes in it, and what we can learn from this season was the first couple of heroes were actually the most meta, and it would really hurt for you to be in a position, we just had Freeren's banner, Himmel's banner, right, and people have invested heavily into that. If you go for all out for another hero right now, you just may not have the resources to actually acquire a hero which will be more meta and more important. And so really, I think you have to make disciplined decisions in this game. Even if a hero, like, you like the design, you have some ideas of how you can make him work, and overall, it's not like NERION's a bad hero. It's just that I just do not think he's on the level he needs to be, and the level of probably heroes which are to come. And so you have to be very careful with your resources, and that's the thing. Even for me, I did get him to Supreme Plus just because I'm a whale. I'm a heavy, obviously I'm gonna take every hero to Supreme Plus as kind of as a minimum. But even then, I really was reluctant, because I just spent a lot of resources on Freeren, and now I know new heroes are coming out, and so I hit almost all pity for NERION. 317 summons basically to get to get him to Supreme Plus, which is almost exactly pity. So I got really unlucky, and that's always a bad feeling as well. So basically, I'm just saying, probably save yourself the pain, save your resources, wait and see if there's a new launch. Like Gwyneth will probably be on launch. If she's looking really strong, just go for her instead. And also the thing is, swap tickets, right? Swap ticket is also a very important topic. If you get NERION and he doesn't perform as well as you wanted, who are you going to swap him for? There's basically nothing. You swap him for Eevee, which is not great. Sylvan probably you already have built. Now, and even, if you didn't build Sylvan at his banner time, you probably kept him up on your wish list because he's been so powerful and strong. And so you probably are nearing and approaching getting Sylvan to Supreme Plus or something. But yeah, I mean, one topic of consideration is if you want to recruit NERION and swap him to Sylvan, because Sylvan is better. But that was just a very niche, and most people that's not really going to apply to. But That's one idea, but I think you can also get Sylvan over time from the wish list, and that should be fine, especially if you've been doing that for the whole season. You should be getting close to him. Yeah. So as of right now, NERION, we don't know how he's doing in AFK stages because the top pushers have completed their stages. I think we'll have a better idea of it in the first couple of days of the new season to see how much NERION is actually being used in meta, like cutting edge pushing. Then we can make probably a video more dedicated to NERION for AFK stages. I would wait for that. For PvP, I have seen some people use him. However, I don't think he offers anything unique or anything that another hyper carry can do besides him. Also, like always, he is heavily reliant on crowd control to get the value of his kit, which is drowning enemies. And the top tier, top meta PvP teams are going to be using heroes like Alna, which provide unaffected for both Alna and her Winter Warrior ally, and then also Gunner, who provides steadfast and I think probably immunity to crowd control to the hero behind him. And then sometimes there's seasonal artifacts which provide unaffected. So I don't like the fact that he needs the enemies to be controlled because that's too limiting. It doesn't allow him to be used in all circumstances, and I don't like that. And for defense, I just don't think he's a good option. I think he's much more of an offense related hero because if you see him on defense and he's in a crowd control team, you're just going to bring out all the unaffected tools you have in your toolbox and basically try to counter that strategy. And so it's really more of an offense comp. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like until there's a release, and this could happen, so like then things could really change and get shaken up. If there's ever a release of a hero that is able to bypass unaffected and still control enemies, then I could really see value of NERION. But the problem right now is crowd control is weak because basically the top meta S tier is unaffected. Okay, unaffected granting to allies. Now, the problem with that is crowd control gets hard countered by that and basically becomes useless and irrelevant. And so that is why crowd control is not as strong. It's just kind of like how shields, they increase your tankiness, but they are not good enough because top tier is true damage, which bypasses the shield. So basically, shields have become very ineffective in this game, and crowd control is kind of the same because unaffected allies are going to be completely unaffected. They don't care about crowd control, and so that is a problem. I like his debuffs, and you know, in the right team comp with the enemy fully being able to be crowd control, he will spread his debuffs faster than anyone else. Like within 4 to 6 seconds, all enemies will be drowned, and they're going to be 20% attack down and 40 haste down. But again, it's a problem that only when they are able to be controlled. So that is my overall thing about NERION. Definitely, he synergizes with heroes like Mihura, who has right from the beginning of the match uninterruptible crowd control. It isn't quite long enough in duration to get NERION's full effect off, but if you couple it with another form of crowd control, then it can get the job done. And definitely, probably in AFK stages, him with Sylvan is going to be the way to go, because Sylvan just provides that permanent lockdown, and then NERION's just going to begin ramping up his damage. But yeah, the fact that he is lacking true damage and HP loss damage, it makes it feel like I'm not convinced about him for AFK stages. And then the fact that he's so heavily reliant on crowd control for his kit for PvP, it makes it so that I'm not that much of a fan of him for PvP. Basically, I feel like he's good, he's decent, but he is not even in that good or very good tier, at least personally. And I just think it's even if you're interested in NERION, you need to wait and see about what the upcoming hero is going to be in the new season, because that may be a more important investment. And honestly, I think you can safely skip NERION, just how I believe you can safely skip Eevee. Of course, I could be proven wrong depending on AFK stage usage and things like that, but that is my overall opinion, and I think it is a solid, basically, reasoning behind that. So let me know your thoughts about NERION in the comment section down below if you've already recruited for him. Of course, if you like the design and you recruit for heroes because if you're a fan of them, then there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't think, like I said, NERION is a bad hero. I just don't think he is worthy of your investment, worthy of your resources. because of course this is a game of limited resources, and you are bombarded sometimes with back-to-back meta heroes, and we just had Freerin and Himmel, and I just can't warrant investing into Nerion, and I think other heroes basically can do his job just as well. So that's my overall opinion. So thank you guys for watching. That was gonna be it for this video, and if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.